In a cramped makeshift tent in Rafah, where the smell of dust and despair hangs heavy in the air, Amal al-Hassan tries to distract her youngest son, Yusuf. He is 5 years old, his eyes look ancient, hollowed out by a hunger that gnaws day and night. Yusuf doesn't cry for toys or games, he cries for bread. It is a simple request, a basic human need, yet for Amal, it is an impossible one to fulfill today. She has nothing to give him but a small cup of boiled water, seasoned with a few wild herbs she foraged nearby. She tells him it's a special soup, a game to make the emptiness feel less vast, but he knows the truth. The hunger is a constant companion, a shadow since the conflict escalated and borders closed. Before the bombs fell, Amal's kitchen was warm and full of life. The scent of baking bread, simmering stews filled their small, comfortable home in Gaza City. Her husband, a carpenter, made sure their 3 children had full bellies and reasons to smile. Now their home is rubble, her husband is gone, one of countless casualties. Amal now fights to survive, not with weapons, but searching for a single loaf of bread or a can of beans. She spends her days in queues, waiting for aid that rarely comes, or searching for anything edible, a task that grows more perilous and fruitless each week. The catastrophic hunger gripping Gaza is not a natural disaster. It is not the result of a drought. It is not a blight. It is a direct consequence of human decisions, a man-made crisis of staggering proportions. Bakeries, once the heart of every neighborhood, have been bombed into twisted metal and rubble. Farmlands, a small but vital source of fresh produce, are now battlegrounds, unsafe to cultivate and often destroyed. The few vendors who have anything to sell are charging astronomical prices. An onion can cost more than a full meal once did. Families have resorted to selling their last remaining possessions: a piece of jewelry, a wedding ring, a blanket. In the face of this overwhelming catastrophe, a thin blue line of humanitarian workers stands as the last defense against total collapse. World Food Program, UNICEF, Doctors Without Borders, local Palestinian aid groups. They operate under unimaginable conditions, risking their lives daily to distribute what little aid gets through. Their warehouses have been hit, their convoys have come under fire, their staff have been killed, yet they persist. Imagine trying to coordinate a food distribution in a war zone. Roads are destroyed, communications are constantly cut, active fighting can erupt at any moment. Aid workers must navigate a labyrinth of checkpoints and security clearances just to move a truck a few miles. Local initiatives have also emerged. Community kitchens have been set up in camps, volunteers pool their scarce resources, large pots of watery stew, pots of lentils. These grassroots efforts are a powerful act of solidarity, a testament to the fact that even in the darkest of times, people's instinct is often to help one another. A narrator, VO. Meet 12-year-old Omar. He should be in school, learning algebra, dreaming about becoming a footballer. Instead, his classroom is the rubble-strewn street. His main subject is survival. Omar told a relief worker he misses the taste of chocolate more than anything. Narrator VO. Then there is Fatima, a university student whose dreams of becoming a software engineer are postponed. She spends her days caring for her elderly grandmother in a crowded UN shelter. We were not poor people, we had lives, we had homes, we had ambitions. Now we are just numbers, statistics in a report, but we are still human. Narrator VO. Consider Dr. Ahmed, a young doctor in a partially functioning clinic. He sees malnutrition every day. Children with swollen bellies, children with thinning hair. We are watching children die from starvation and preventable diseases. We feel completely helpless, a moral injury that will stay with us forever. The most visible wounds of this crisis are the emaciated bodies and hollowed eyes, but the unseen scars of starvation will linger for generations. For children who survive this period of extreme deprivation, the consequences will follow them for the rest of their lives. Malnutrition during the critical first few years of life causes stunting, which is not just about height. It is about cognitive development. A child's brain, starved of essential nutrients, may never fully develop, leading to lifelong learning disabilities and reduced intellectual capacity. The psychological trauma is just as profound and enduring. Living in a constant state of hunger and uncertainty creates toxic stress that rewires the brain. Children who have experienced this level of deprivation are at much higher risk for anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The international community has a moral and legal obligation to prevent famine, yet its response to the crisis in Gaza has been tragically inadequate. What is needed is a seismic shift from rhetoric to resolute action. Ordinary citizens across the globe also have a powerful role to play. We must refuse to look away. We can amplify voices by sharing their stories, contact our elected officials, and insist they make prevention of famine a foreign policy priority. Complacency is complicity. In the midst of unimaginable suffering, hope in Gaza today is not a passive wish for things to get better. It is an active, defiant choice. This resilience is the most powerful force in Gaza today. The spirit of the people, though battered and bruised, has not been extinguished. If you have a plate of food in front of you today, take a moment to think of Amal and her son Yusuf. Think of Omar, who misses the taste of chocolate. Think of Fatima, who dreams of her life as a student. Their suffering is not inevitable. Raise your voice, donate if you can, demand action from your leaders. By refusing to be silent, we can help keep hope alive and work towards a day when no child has to cry for a simple piece of bread.